Nobody tells you about the cloud of fine mist that settles on your eyebrows when you finally ditch the old paintbrush for power tools. You see these handheld electric sprayers online and think you are about to become a home renovation wizard overnight. The reality of using a budget friendly sprayer is a mix of high speed efficiency and absolute chaos. It promises a glass smooth finish on your kitchen cabinets without those annoying brush strokes or roller textures. That sounds like a dream until you realize that paint under pressure behaves like a living thing. This specific model is geared toward the DIY crowd looking to tackle fences, walls, or that old dresser in the garage. It features adjustable flow control and different spray patterns like vertical or horizontal. This sounds fancy, but it really just means you can change how the paint hits the surface. The setup process is where your patience gets tested first. You cannot just pour paint into the canister and pull the trigger. If you do that, you will end up with a clogged mess and a very expensive paperweight. You have to thin the paint. This is a delicate science of adding just enough water or solvent until it runs through a funnel at the perfect speed. If it is too thick, the motor groans and nothing happens. If it is too thin, you get drips that look like tears running down your project. Once you get the consistency right, you fill the container and pick your nozzle. Testing on a piece of scrap cardboard is not optional. It is a survival requirement. You have to dial in the flow and practice your overlapping passes. You want to keep a consistent distance of about 8 to 12 inches. If you get too close, the paint pools and sags. If you are too far away, half of your expensive paint ends up floating through the air instead of sticking to the wood. The weight of the tool can also catch you by surprise. When the canister is full, your forearm will definitely feel the burn after 20 minutes of steady work. When everything clicks, the performance is actually quite impressive for a tool that does not cost a fortune. It covers flat surfaces like fences in a fraction of the time it takes to do it by hand. The finish is noticeably more professional and even. But let us get into the savage truth that the marketing glosses over. This is not a plug-and-play solution for people who hate cleaning. In fact, you might spend more time preparing and cleaning than you do actually painting. Overspray is a massive issue. If you are using this indoors, you need to cover every single square inch of the room with plastic or drop cloths. If you miss a spot, you will find a fine layer of paint dust on your bookshelves 3 days later. Then there is the cleanup. You cannot just walk away when you are done. You have to flush the entire system with water or cleaning solution until it runs perfectly clear. If you leave even a tiny bit of paint inside, it dries and ruins the internal valves. The build quality is mostly plastic, which is expected for the price point. It feels like a tool made for occasional weekend projects rather than a heavy-duty professional rig. If you try to use this all day, every day, the motor will likely give up the ghost. However, for the average homeowner who wants to refresh a room or some patio furniture, it is a legitimate upgrade from the Stone Age of brushes. It requires effort, technique, and a commitment to maintenance. If you are willing to do the boring prep work and the tedious scrubbing afterward, you get results that look far more expensive than the tool itself. If you want a magic wand that requires zero effort, this will only leave you frustrated and covered in paint. It is a solid budget option for the patient hobbyist. It bridges the gap between manual labor and pro-level gear without breaking the bank. Just remember to wear a mask and keep that trigger moving.